Yeah.
With that, you've got to say that they are looking like the competition at the minute.
Well, Scott's got to find just under a tenth of a second to split them.
And apart from that, no one else is even close.
No, that's it. Miller is what?
Normally,
nearly a second back of Redding.
Normally it would be this man, of course.
Indeed.
Bradley Smith, Scott Redding also, you would think, but...
And in this competition, you'd say Eugene Laverty on the right track as well, if he wasn't backing about, would be knocking on the door.
Or Yoni Hernandez, but he's been quiet.
Yoni's had a quiet season as well. He's only had a couple of point-scoring races. He's not the man he was last year, seemingly. Scotty Redding.
Tell you what, that 47-1 from Bradley Smith, if you don't mind me moving in on you there, Jules.
That's a good one.
47-1 from Bradley. 47-5 is his quickest of the weekend. He's really digging in, isn't he?
Typical Bradley.
Yeah, I'm going to say, you know, like him or not, and you know, there's mixed feelings with people. I don't know, for whatever reason.
Not round here, there isn't.
Not in this commentary box, but in general, I tell you what, that lad is rock hard.
Yep.
And a grafter.
Yep.
And deserves everything he's got and achieved.
And he's clever.
Yeah.
Scotty's got everything we haven't.
Scott Redding splits the Aprilias.
Good job, Scott. But I don't think it's over yet.
No, I'm sure it's not over, Keith.
Eugene must be sore. That was a big, you know, not only did the impact hurt, then the bike decided, I'm going to get you for doing that to me, and rolled over him.
Yeah.
I spoke to him earlier, and he looked terrible.
Yeah.
He looked as white as a ghost. He looked, do you know what, it will sound strange, he looked like he'd lost weight. You know when someone looks frail?
Sunken eyes.
And I said to him, look, if you're not right, please just miss this one. You know, he's had a great season anyway, but he's not in a championship battle for...
And he's got next year sorted.
Of course he has, so
he's got, apart from something to prove, I suppose, which will be, it's an issue in every motorcycle racer's mind, but sometimes you need saving from yourself.
This is a good run. Smith is really clever here again. His old teammate from the A-car, Nakasuga, giving him a great lead.
Actually, Bradley looks even more comfortable on that bike, hour by hour.
Yeah, he does.
Session by session, absolutely. But that isn't the man we saw on FP1 on Friday morning.
Really isn't.
No. But it's not the boy that I walked around the track with on Thursday.
For Bradley.
Yeah, Brad.
Quicker than Nakasuga.
46.5. That is incredible. 46.5.
Quicker than he did.
It is a second quicker than he did.
Wow.
Second quicker than he did in practice 3.
Yeah,
but now, the way I think, I'm now getting nervous for him because I'm thinking, don't go down now.
Yeah,
but with his talent, that time is an easy one for him. It's only really going to be whether the injury has stiffened him up so much he can't manage the bike properly. State of Oiham.
I'm going to say, the old Cushitaners have taken a
real whack. He's got a thread loose there,
that
was
for sure. Turn 7 in FP3.
What that will be, he will be turning up probably with 2 sets of leathers. He's crashed in one set then, and he's trying to keep the new set for the race. That's normally what you see in this situation.
He must have a set of Repsol somewhere in the cupboard.
Yeah. Unless he's changed leather manufacturer or something like that, which sometimes is the case.
Fuel being made ready. Quick top up for pet trucks.
Those top 3, one of them's going to be very disappointed because I've got a feeling everyone's going to go faster. The top 3, you know.
It's Scott Redding versus the Aprilias.
That's something you thought you wouldn't be saying.
I know, and the image in my mind is Stefan Bradl from qualifying in Aragon coming out of that last corner where we all sat up like in the commentary box and went, what is he? What is
mega
going
lean
on?
angle.
Mega lean angle carrying mega speed.
Don't know what was going on with Scott around that corner then. That looked more like me on the bike.
Tell you what, looked a bit
old school.
Will Hartog.
Old school.
Put the bike down and sit up. Well, he has done the Western Beach race. Maybe he's gone a bit motocross because you sit up a bit on them and stick them in, don't you? I'm told by people who know better than me.
The old Falapa style when we first saw him on the bi-motor.
God, there's a name.
I can't quote what Roger Burnett said when he took his crash helmet off and asked who the person on the bi-motor was. I put it on Twitter after the watershed for you.
Aren't we after that yet? Oh, we're coming into the watershed now, aren't we? Having been up all night in the UK.
The UK is just the early risers will be...
Well, UK 6:20 in the morning at the moment. Good morning, anyone that's just joined us. Hope you're enjoying the qualifying for MotoGP. It's been a hell of a night for all of you if you've stayed up with us all the way through.
Sam Laws must be rubbing his hands watching this Aprilia.
Really?
Just get better week by week, race by race.
Well, you mentioned him earlier. Roger Burnett's going to be pretty much happy with that as well because he's the one that's actually made the deal. And a lot of people questioned whether it was the right deal.
What other deal was that?
You'd have to ask Roger.
He'll tell you.
He will.
It's a factory ride. Lots of people went, when Vinales signed for Suzuki, an unproven motorcycle. We went, are you sure?
Yeah, that's done him no good, has it?
That's really, really not helpful.
That's wrecked his career.
Yeah. Oh.
Exactly.
Yeah. Tell you what, where he's going next is going to be interesting. Bradle and Redding at the moment. Bautista, though, is this man. 19. He kept it there, though,
He
didn't
did,
he?
and it was
He did well.
That was a 50-50.
Yeah.
Shall I tip it in or am I going wide? But he kept the brake on. You do, though. This is a qualifying lap. You have no choice. And it's worth crashing for. You know, you would... If you took the front, well...
It was early in the lap.
I had to do it.
It was early in the lap.
Hey, look at this.
Hey, look at this.
So Bautista, Scott Redding's under a lot of pressure here.
You forget what a tidy rider. As an ex-125 world champ, of course, we shouldn't be surprised. And he is...
Did he win the 250s as well?
No.
He won races in the 250s.
He won.
Yeah,
I'll tell you how many if you give me a second to shuffle my paperwork.
There's a lot of it, folks.
And he's getting on a bit now, and he's about 31, is he? It's not...
He's 31.
Yeah.
He won 8 races in both the 125 and the 250 classes. 16 Grand Prix wins under his belt, and the 125 world title 10 years ago.
Tell you what, he's going to annihilate this time if he carries on the way he's going. This Aprilia, we could well have 2 Aprilias going through from FP1 into FP1, from qualifying 1 into qualifying 2. As Eugene comes over the line, he's going to go top, surely, Bautista.
By 2 tenths.
Margin, yeah. 45.6, that's put Redding under a lot of pressure now, because he's 2 tenths off. Scott Redding we've got to watch out for. There is the 73 of Oyama going over the line. Miller 4.
He's half a second, 0.6 of a second, in fact.
Yeah, Oyama is
Redding.
Oyama is a marker down that back straight as well.
Jones is quicker than Oyama.
Wow.
We wondered how much was left and what Jones had got to show us. I think he has done something very, very special here this weekend so far. Dropped in literally at the drop of a hat. Never ridden the motorbike, never ridden the racetrack. None of this stuff is even similar to what he's ever been. On before with carbon brakes.
On a 2-year-old Ducati against the factory Honda with Oyama with all his experience.
Quick flicker of a look there from Bradley Smith as he studies what's going on around him.
Scotty is not on a lap that's going to help his cause here.
But he will make it to the end, won't he? He's got enough time.
To get another lap in.
Yeah.
He's going to need it.
Bradle, because Bradle's going to up the game as well. Bradle's going to up the game. If Bradle manages to pull this one off on this lap and keep that momentum, that's just about going to put it out of reach for Scott Redding. Scott Redding might well find himself starting on the 5th row.
No.
Late apex, picks it up, gets it squared off. That Aprilia seems to have horsepower now to actually square it off.
It's got everything. It has, hasn't it, though?
Well, you'd expect Aprilia to make a motorcycle that went round corners, wouldn't you? That's almost a given from that factory.
But it looks so stiff.
Oh, he's gone.
He's down.
He's definitely gone. They cut away from him just as he lost the front, and that's
what a shame for him.
Well, it is a shame, but it's still an opportunity.
That was the risk you were talking about earlier. It's a qualifying lap.